alongside Aildé Zapon. He's got to be competitive in the air.
Well, that's one of the reasons why he's been brought to the team. His height is going to be immense tonight with free kicks. He's going to be the guy man marking. The most important guy is the top striker of Bahrain.
Here's the Malaysia lineup. As expected, Karel Fahmy will play in goal. The fullbacks are a cause of debate. K. Ruben and Azruddin starting wide left and wide right. Safiq Rahim alongside K. Gurasami with Noor Sharrell and Amri Yahya as the front pairing. The width provided by Alex Azmuddin Akil and Eskun Alan. Good lineup?
Well, I think a 5 in midfield will be the key tonight. They'll have to work their socks off. It will be the battle of the midfield.
Players to look out for Bahrain include Salman Issa, called Issa Ahmed on this lineup. He's there as a striker, but he's vastly experienced. He's been through this Bahrain team right the way since they started 2004. He's got close to 140 international caps.
Well, that's always great to have a player with that kind of experience when you're traveling away in such an important game. He's going to be key in the midfield, and that is where the battle has to be won by any team who wants to win tonight.
32-year-old Englishman Tony Hudson, son of former Chelsea legend Alan Hudson, is the man in charge of Bahrain these days. He speaks Arabic, he coaches in Arabic, he's spent some time as coach in Newport County, but he's a young coach who's just been promoted from the under-23s, and that can be good and bad, Stanley.
Well, it can be good when he actually starts one of his prodigy from the under-23 who's up front. That guy must be really confident to start, that he has a coach in the bench who trusts him.
So there's the venue. It's a match that Malaysia, if they have serious ambitions of making it to Australia in 2015, simply cannot afford to lose. Indeed, even a draw would be a bad result because they've got to go to Manama. It'll be Bahrain in the all-red. Missing a couple of key players though, Bahrain. Fawzi Aish, who's probably their outstanding central midfielder. He's missing this game for personal reasons.
And up front, they're missing their main player, Hussein Ali, which is a plus point for Malaysia.
So we're underway. AFC Asian Cup 2015 qualifier. Malaysia in the blue. And immediately picked off Abdul Wahab, who's a good ball player. Syed Ahmad, the width provided by Waleed. Launched long, straight though through to Karel Fahmy, and that's Abdullah Al-Haza, two giants at centre-back. And any high ball is easy pickings. Al-Husseini, one of those promoted from the under-23s with the coach. Syed Ahmad. Salman Issa just trying to pick it in, and K. Ruben's first involvement. Your thoughts on Ruben's elevation to starting position of right back?
Well, he's done well with the Merdeka Cup team under Ong Kim Swee, coming fresh from a big victory in Kuantan where Malaysia won the Merdeka Cup. He'll be beaming with confidence to prove himself. The critics wrong, actually.
Syed Dia coming short. Al-Husseini pushed off the ball by Gurasami. Gunalan. Looked like it was held back. Amri Yahya can't get the better of Abdullah Aman, and it seemed like he took a knock to the nose. It seems to be a familiar theme for Malaysia's front men. Abdul Wahab. This is Syed Diha. Salman Issa, predominantly left-footed, couldn't control it on his right. Abdul Wahab nipping at the heels once, twice, three times of Amri Yahya, and a yellow card inside 2 minutes for Abdul Wahab Ali.
Well, it's a great run by Amri. He knew exactly what he was doing. He was going across Abdul Wahab Ali, and Abdul Wahab did kick him 3 times. Good call by the referee. The yellow card certainly deserving.
Japanese referee Ryuji Sato stamping his authority instantly. I wonder if you get 3 fouls.
Well, he did kick him a couple of times. Well, he was from the back, and the law says if you're from the back, you get a yellow card.
Shafiq Rahim. As Tony Hudson watches on. Very Mourinho-like in his attire. Shafiq's delivery looks for Taj. Taj took out his own man, Amri Yahya. Call next time, I think Amri's going to say to him. Saeed Ahmad. Abdul Wahab just clipped by Gurusamy. Actually, it's Kunalan. Idil Zafon. Over from right back here, and Amr Ridwan Taj, of course, had a partnership for ATM last season. Here's Wahab. Saeed Diha. Saeed. Abdullah. Fullback. Just trying to be played in. Nice idea from Al Maloub to play in Abdullah Aman. They look comfortable on the ball, do Bahrain?
Well, they are a footballing team. They like to play the football. Even though they've got physical, they do not knock long balls just for fun. They try to play as much as they can.
Again, the aerial ball picked off by Bahrain. Good challenge from Ruben. You know one thing with K. Ruben, he won't duck out of a challenge. Saeed Diha. Rockwell wanting the throw-in. Malaysia rather being forced onto the back foot in these early stages. Azmuddin onto Shafiq. And Adil. More Sharrell onto Amri Yahya. Good defending from Abdullah Al-Hazar. Ridwan was outstanding in ATM's second leg victory over Lions 12 last week, but red carded in the last minute, so this is the only match Amr Ridwan will play this month. Shafiq is caught late by Abdul Wahab Ali.
A little tug there from behind, and certainly a fall.
If you're on a yellow card, not the wisest thing to do. Adil couldn't pick out the pass. Gurusamy finds Kunalan. Little burst of pace from Eskunalan. Blocked by Abdullah Aman. Azrudin knocked it down the line and knocked out for a throw-in by Abdullah Aman. Earlier on this week, Qatar beat Yemen 6-0. Qatar, the outstanding team of this group. I think it's second place that's really up for grabs. Little push in the back from Saeed Ahmad on Kunalan, and Malaysia have a free kick in a decent area.
It's been a very good start from Kunalan. Has been providing the option, making darting runs down the left, and certainly a fall there as well.
Ridwan at the far post being picked up by Al-Hazar. Adil also in there looking to make a run. What kind of delivery has Shafiq Rahim got? Can't beat the first man. It breaks though to Guru. To take on Al Maloub. Throw in. Problem for Shafiq from those free kicks, he hasn't got a natural target.
Well, I think logically with the physics of Bahrain, you would expect that the target man would be Amir Rizwan Taj, who's been going up for the free kicks. But it's pretty easy to notice who is the target man, so it'll be a little bit hard. We should try and knock it in the near post,
which I think is what he was doing. And then if he doesn't succeed in getting it over the first man, we'll complain. Here's Adil. Ruben. Saeed picks it up. The man who's just controlling in the middle of the park is Abdul Wahib Ali. Very fluent formation for Bahrain. Saeed. Saleh Abdul Hamid. Abdullah Al-Azhar. Wahid. Nice little football, just inviting Gurusami to make the challenge. And then Shafiq gives it away to Abdul Wahib. Salman Issa. Gem of a pass. And Ruben dived in. Your thoughts on that one, Stanley? I heard an intake of breath.
Well, it was a ball that was 50-50. He did throw himself, but I think he got the ball. As the ball direction did show like the Bahrain player did touch the ball, but that is going to be a soft call if the referee did give a penalty.
There's one Englishman who disagrees with you. What a great run from Saeed Deha behind the fullback.
But you can see referees giving that week in, week out.
Here's Saeed Deha once again. Picked off by Azruddin. Abdul Wahab. Taj clears, looks for Noor Sharrell. Up against the Twin Towers. Second ball picked up by Noor Sharrell Idlantala. Al Husseini will chase. Adil does well. Gurusami, good distribution. There's the outlet, Kunala. On the other side is Azmuddin. Waleed's header. Abdullah clears to Saeed Ahmed. Saeed glides past a couple of challengers. Shafiq. Gurusami. Again, Kunala, the option. Inside Al Jafar with pretty dreadful clearance.
It's been a couple of times that Gurusami have actually picked out Kunalan on the left. And everything for Malaysia has been going through the left so far.
Malaysia defeated 2-0 in Qatar, a 2-1 victory over Yemen. That's got them 3 points from 2 games. 100% record for Bahrain. They beat Qatar 1-0 in Manama, which is a terrific result for them. They've beaten Yemen in their opener. But this is not the Bahrain who made it through to the qualifiers, denied the death in both 2006 and 2010 World Cup, losing out in the most heartbreaking of circumstances.
Well, missing a penalty in the process, losing 1-0 to New Zealand. Well, there's certainly no thing or two about not qualifying.
Noor Sharrell to Amri. Had to make sure he got something out of that, Amri Yahya. Adil finds Amr Ridwan. You don't really want Amr Ridwan to be the main distributor, but that's not a bad ball in. Maybe you do want him to be the main distributor if he's passing like that. Waleed Al-Hayya. This is Salman Issa. Al Husseini. It's a delicious pass into Al Husseini from Salman Issa, isolating Adil.
Well, this is the thing about the Bahrain players. They love to take on players. And that's where Malaysia got to make sure they're not getting beaten easily, especially the Malaysian defenders. And Adil is coming from a 6-1 defeat. It will be a good platform for him to regain his momentum tonight if Malaysia does get a win, and he helps them defensively.
I was doing my best not to mention that. But the free kick will be floated in by Salman Issa. Got a delicious left peg. Plenty of height up in the penalty area. Fisted clear by Khairul Fahmy. Disappointing from Salman in the end. Abdul Wahab. Sami Al Husseini again, lovely footwork into the penalty area. Ruben knees it clear. Walid Al Hayyan allowed to go a long way till Shafiq slammed the door shut. No Sharrell beaten by Abdullah Al Hazar. Salman Issa. My break to Al Husseini. What a challenge, Amar Ridwan Taj. Wonderful defending from the ATN centre-back.
Well, that's a quality defending from Amir Ridwan Taj, making sure that shot didn't go through. But that was a mistake by Malaysia, playing a bit too direct. Shafiq was trying to pick out no Sharrell. It's a very direct pass. The centre-back intercepts and a counter-attack. And you don't want to be doing that against the Bahrain team often.
Both centre-backs have lumbered forward. Saleh Abdul Hamid and Abdullah Al Hazar. Flicked by Adil. Dealt with that one quite comfortably in the end, Malaysia.
And every time Malaysia does consider corner, and you look at the height difference and you think about, you don't want to actually allow them to get too many corners.
Walid Al Hayyan to Saeed Dayha. Given away to Amri Yahya, but there's no blue shirts ahead of him. Just to make sure he retains possession. Both coaches very animated on the touchline in their technical areas. Abdul Wahab gets in ahead of Amri Yahya. Possessional stats just in favour of Bahrain at the moment, 51% to 49. It seems more than that, doesn't it? Saleh. Abdullah Aman. Al Husseini again makes a run down the channels, and Amar Ridwan. Powerful header from Amar Ridwan Taj. Saeed Ahmed. Chance for Walid to drive forward. Lovely ball from Walid. Just drifted away from Salman Issa. Maybe 5 years ago he might have had the pace to get there. Instead, Gurasami comes away. Azmuddin couldn't get control of it. Malaysia just can't get hold of the ball at the moment. Saeed Diha. Sustained period of possession for the Pearl of the Gulf. Not been without their internal political problems in recent years, and that's had an impact on their team. Some of their star players not eligible or not selected for the national team anymore. Khairul Fahmy. Picked up by Abdul Wahib Ali. Ruben does well. Shafiq down the channels for Noor Sharrell. Hussein gives his keeper a nervous moment, but Malaysia just can't get hold of the ball, Stanley.
Well, I think the biggest problem Malaysia is facing at the moment is every time they retain the ball, they have lack of options. You can see it's very, very easy for the Bahrain defenders to read because there's only one option, and they're going to pass to that option, and they are intercepting the passes.
Salman Issa. Abdul Wahab. Saeed Diha's little touch. Malaysia get the tackle in, but Bahrain retain possession. Al-Maloub. Salman Issa. It's one touch Malaysia, 10 touches Bahrain at the moment. Adil covers. Fancy footwork from Adil. Walid, picks up the second ball. Saeed. Walid. Chance for Saeed Diha to turn. Saeed Ahmad drives to the edge of the penalty area, but it breaks down on the edge of the box. Then possession given away, and you're gesticulating, Stanley. What's the solution for Malaysia?
Well, the players without the ball have to make more runs off the ball for the player who's having the ball. There is no option. You saw Asarudin get the ball. There's only one option. Kunalan was running, and immediately you saw two Bahrain players running towards him, and the ball was played to Kunalan. They intercept the ball, they play the ball again. And you cannot last in football matches if you keep losing the ball and only tracking back.
Approaching the 20-minute mark. Possessional start that was fairly even 5 minutes ago. Massively in Bahrain's favour. 60%. Saleh Abdul Hamid. Width provided. Abdul Wahab Al-Maloub. Salman Issa. Al-Ghazal. Adil intercepts. Nazmuddin Akil has some rare time on the ball. Kunalan. Right, put 10 passes together, Malaysia. Amri Yahya. Right, fancied from there. Amri. Deflected.
Positive build-up for Malaysia. Amri comes short. There's a lot of space as soon as he turns. He goes forward. There's no harm when you have a striker trying to gain confidence, taking a shot, and it goes on target.
Ruben's header, though. As we're watching a comfortable save for Syed Mohammed. Now then, Noor Sharrell. Kunalan. Can he run at Abdullah Aman? Gurusami. Amri Yahya. Tries the difficult pass, Amri. Kunalan's snubbed out by Abdul Wahab Al-Maloub. Taj loses out Al Husseini. Surrounded by blue. Well done, Azruddin. Guru. Foul from K. Gurusami. A little word from referee Sato.
They certainly got to admire Malaysia's tracking back. As soon as they lose the ball, you saw Kunalan running at 100-meter pace. And that's a little bit late from Gurusami. A bit overzealous, but that is how they've been defending. They want to absorb everything they can, and they have to do that tonight.
Here's Syed Ahmad. Al-Hazar. Round the corner, Al-Hayam. disciplined defending from Malaysia. It's 2 banks of 4. Bahrain overloading midfield, so that's how they're getting so much possession. Noor Sharrell snaps at the heels. He went down a little bit easy, did Al-Wahab Al-Maloub.
It's been tough for Malaysia in midfield, despite both teams setting up on a 4-5-1 formation. Because the centre-backs of Bahrain do get involved in attack. They carry the ball forward. And you need Noor Sharrell or Amri, or even both the strikers to track back at times, because they're overloading that midfield with numbers.
It's introduced a very fluid style to Bahrain. Tony Hudson. Had success with the Under-23 Gulf Cup, the first international tournament success Bahrain have ever had, despite their progress in World Cups, etc. Now then, free kick opportunity. Saleh stings the palms and cleared by Adil. Saleh Abdul Hamid there, the centre-back, fancying his luck from 40 yards. Amri Yahya of Selangor. Gurusamy on to Ruben. There's his football for ATM. And Pahang, and of course one of the semi-finalists in the Watson's Piala Malaysia, which the first leg of the semi-finals takes place this Friday. Well, this Friday and Saturday, ATM versus Kelantan. And Pahang taking on Sarawak. This international match coming in the midst of the most intense of the domestic competitions. A little pull back is the judgment of Sato on Azruddin.
Well, certainly went past Azruddin. It was a tug from behind, and that's what I've been saying. They've been trying to go past the right and the left back of Malaysia, trying to create from the side, because they've got physic in the middle of the field. As soon as they put in that cross, you know danger.
There's 5 6-foot-plus players for Salman Issa to aim for. Al-Hazar is 17. He's been picked up by Amar Ridwan. It's a lovely ball in. It's been given as a goal kick because Abdullah Aman got the flick, but a lovely delivery.
Well, indeed, everyone rushed at the near post. It's coming up from a training ground. You could see no one in the far post as soon as the ball went in. But if it did get a touch of a Bahrain or Malaysian player, that free kick usually end up in the back of the net.
To be fair, it looks like Malaysia got lucky there. It looked like it came off Gurasamy's head. Ruben, quality possession for Malaysia is a real problem. If they lump the ball high, they're losing possession and they're being overloaded in midfield.
Comparing to the game that how they started against Yemen, they had Mahali Jasuli every time providing that width, that extra man overlapping, and that's where they got both the goals actually. And it was a brilliant performance to get that 2-1 win, and today they do lack that overlapping runs, but it could be too early to open up your defense, as Bahrain can expose if you do open up.
Here's Ruben, who's in for Mahali, who's carrying a knock. Oh, that's short. Noor Sharrell will chase. Azmuddin just trying to play in Shafiq Rahim. A couple of times Bahrain have been a little bit careless knocking the ball back to their goalkeeper. Salman Issa just clipping the heels of K. Gurusamy.
Pretty sure Rajagopal has recognized that if Bahrain is under pressure, they have actually done a loose pass a few times, and we can maybe capitalize on those mistakes if we do put a lot of pressure on the Bahrain players.
Adil launches it, and again the high ball picked up by Bahrain, as is the second ball. Gurasami held off. Sami Al-Husseini though is offside. Well, has the free kick been given in advance? I think that's maybe what the Japanese referee is doing. They might have given a free kick there. No, he hasn't. He played an advantage. The man was offside. Tough luck. Kunala, he's been the bright spark for Malaysia. Matyo trying to get to the byline. That's the space he loves. Hoisted high. Amri Yahya beaten in the air by Walid Al-Hayam. Saeed Diha. He's only a youngster, this Saeed Diha. He's a confident player. Oh, Sami Al-Husseini. Adil sometimes plays too much football for a centre-back.
He does have that quality, but at times he needs to play a simple football, which is clear the ball if you're facing in the back of your own goal.
Ruben's acrobatics. Azrudin wants players to come short, and everyone was running long. Eventually Amri cushions it. Amaridwan. Kunala. Amri Yahya. As you say, when he comes deep, Malaysia have the extra body to play the ball into.
You realize that the Bahrain centre-backs never tracks him. They stay in line, which means if the defensive midfielder doesn't pick up, which is in the back of him, Amri comes and collect. Amri will have space to turn.
Abdullah's clearance. We're at the half-hour mark. It's Malaysia 0, Bahrain 0. AFC Asian Cup qualifier at Shah Alam. Amaridwan looking for Guru. Giant figure of Saeed got in the way. Lovely ball, Amri, the target. Saleh's header. What can Kunalan do? Kunalan looks far post. And then instantly, Malaysia got 4 bodies in the penalty area and looked a real attacking threat.
Was a quality ball from Kunalan, trying to find Azamuddin Akil, but earlier the ball from Ruben was splendid. He tried to pick out, and Amri, the Bahrain defense did get a little touch and got lucky with that, and Amri would have got onto that.
First corner for Malaysia. Shafiq, his corner is cleared, and Malaysia end up going all the way back to Karel Fahmy. He's got no real options but to pump it long. And Ridwan gets a touch. Kunala. Saleh forced out to the middle. Guru. Turn of pace from K. Gurasami. Al-Husseini.
It's been a much better performance in Malaysia in the last 10 minutes. They've gained some momentum. As you can see, Rajagopal earlier was saying, try to press them higher. They've been doing that. And you can see Bahrain's not so comfortable as they started the match.
Stanley Bernard, who played his football in India and Malaysia until injury forced him to take a year in the commentary box, providing the thought. You grew up with a lot of these lads, Stanley, so you're favouring them, you're hoping they'll do well, but tactically, we're looking for you to take out the bones on what they're doing well. Which at the moment is just pressing a little bit better. Ruben. Azmuddin. Azmuddin. Shafiq. Azmuddin from behind. So what have they been doing better in the last 10 minutes?
Well, they've been pressing Bahrain a little higher, not giving them too much of time and space with the ball. And as soon as they get the ball, they got runners off the ball, and they've got option. When you have option, it's easy to play football.
Abdulrahman, closed down by Kunala. Al-Hazar to Saeed. Saeed Dihaz. Nice little attempted flick. Very impressed with how Bahrain have virtually got 3 players who are just floating all over the pitch. Salman Issa wanted the foul and gets the foul.
And that's been actually causing Malaysia a little problem, as they have been having a free roll. And as soon as they go wide, the players on the side has been told to take on the right back or the right midfield who's defending against them, go to the byline and try to put in a cross, because they've got height in the box. And that's where most Malaysia have considered the free kick so far.
Salman Ahmed will curl this one in again. 5-6 footers in the penalty area. Work to do for Malaysia defensively. Ridwan, good powerful header. Noor Sharrell turns his man, and then is then blocked off. But no free kick is given. Waleed looks as innocent as he can, and we just hope that Noor Sharrell hasn't been caught on the nose.
I think it's a poor decision by the referee. There was no intention of playing the ball by Waleed. Yes, you could have an argument, and he knew exactly what he was doing. Noor Sharrell puts the ball against his side, runs him around him, and that is certainly a blatant fall on Noor Sharrell.
That's not the spirit of Eid, is it?
There was no intention of trying to get the ball. He knew exactly he's been beaten for dead. He knocks into Noor Sharrell, and the referee doesn't see it. And the referee's argument would be saying that the ball was too far.
Interesting. Looks like we're going to get a change, and it's a change up front as Ali Tayeb, who's just recovered from a foot injury himself, he's going to come on for Sami Al-Husseini. And there's no sign that he's limping. He gets a high five from his coach. There's the incident once again. Yes, he's a good 8 yards, 9 yards away from the line of the ball.
And it's disappointing from the referee. It's because that could have been a chance for Malaysia to create a goal scoring, but the referee doesn't see it that way. I have no clue why, but it's a blatant fall.
Bahrain gave Malaysia the ball, Malaysia give it straight back. Saleh Abdul Hamid, who's had one of 3 shots on goal for Bahrain in this half. Immediately Al Tayeb is the target. He's another big bulky fella.
It's been a good 15-minute spell for Malaysia. Since they've been trying to press higher, they've been getting more results in terms of getting more possession, but they will need that width through the middle. They're gonna get into physical battles.
Kelantan's Karel Fahmi. Again, the high ball just comes straight back at Malaysia. Al Maloud. To Al Tayeb. Ali Wahab. Al Maloud. Ali Tayeb. Just trying to disrupt things there, Gurasami, but Ali Tayeb. Miscommunication with Abdul Wahab Al Maloud. A shot there of Tony Hudson, the Bahrain coach. If you were him, Stanley, would you be happy or frustrated that you've not got yourself in the lead?
Well, I think he'd be much frustrated for the past 20 minutes. The fact that his team has lost a bit of momentum. Malaysia has been taking the game to them. And that's probably why he made the change up front.
Shafiq wins possession. Azmuddin. Goalkeeper got everything behind that. Good footwork from the keeper.
Didn't see Sami Al-Husseini limping off the field, and it must be a tactical change.
Adil under pressure from the man who's just come on. Finds Azruddin from Selangor. Looks for his Selangor teammate. Nur Sharul. Kunalan. And Kunalan finds a little space to play in. Nur Sharul attacks the penalty area. Cross is blocked. Abdul Wahab does well. Ruben steps in. And Ruben might fancy that. Just took a little knock and spoons it over.
It was that last-minute pressure from the Bahrain midfielder that actually took away that step he had, and that's why he boomed it away. It was a good spell. It was easily about 12 or 13 passes easily by Malaysia. Good movement by Kunalan, Gurusami, and Nur Sharul.
Walid. Ruben this time steps in. Azmuddin. Malaysia have got a man over if they can play it quickly. They can't, and the door's been closed by Bahrain. And Azmuddin, just a little knock to his backside from Walid. Not being able to get into the game, Azmuddin, Akil.
But this is what you need to do when you don't have option. You need to carry the ball. He did it well. He's been struggling to get into the game, but he's not lacking any confidence. He didn't have any option when he had the ball on the sideline.
Bahrain defending the 18-yard line rather than anything deeper. So there's a lot of space for Shafiq to knock this ball in. Ridwan's come short. It's interesting. Shafiq goes square. Azruddin. Diagonal for Ridwan Taj. Well worked, but offside. Clever, clever, clever stuff.
I couldn't figure that out. Why Ridwan Taj was sitting at near post, but it is good that he's coming off the training ground. Oh, that was a close call by the linesman. I don't know if I would have given that.
I know you wouldn't have given that. Amriyaya just leaving the foot a little bit raised. A little bit of overreaction, I think, coming from the man who was booked in the second minute, Abdul Wahab Ali.
It's a little bit high from Amriyaya.
Oh dear.
Who's actually have a history against Bahrain. We got him banned for a year due to spitting in 2007 when they lost that 4-0 game in Manama.
Lovely ball looking for Al-Tayeb. So dangerous, dropping between centre-back and goalkeeper. Nur Sharul. Still Nur Sharul. Amriyaya. Shafiq. Nicely worked.
It's an excellent build-up. Nur Sharul keeps the ball well, finds Amriyaya. Amri knew exactly where Shafiq was, but Shafiq certainly didn't get that connection he wanted. We've seen Shafiq blast that before to the back of the net. But it's always going to be easy for the goalkeeper.
Well, Shafiq Rahim in a Malaysia shirt looks a completely different player to the poor fella who's been struggling for Johor Darul Taksim as Amri picks up a yellow card for one reckless challenge too many.
Well, coming back to Shafiq Rahim, some players just need that love and a bit of different. They need to be adjusted to the new team, and some coaches just know how to get the best of the player. Every player is different in a football field.
Confirmation of the yellow card for Amri. It was for just being a little bit late in an earlier challenge. So one yellow card apiece. Amri Yahya for Malaysia, Wahab Ali for Bahrain. He remains goalless at Shah Alam. Possessional stats 50-50. Both teams have had moments of dominance. Shots 3 apiece, on target 2 apiece. Corners 1 apiece.
Bahrain was the better side in the first 28 to 30 minutes. But since then, Malaysia have gone and taken the game towards them, created chances.
Abdul Wahab, deck to the byline. Terrific run to the near post from Al Tayyib.
And again, that width provided goes past Asruddin. And I think Ideal just did enough to make sure that the striker actually got a bit off the near post position. And it's always tough on that position. If he was a couple of yards back, and that would have tripped in at the near post.
Al-Maloub, Saeed. Free kick given belatedly. No Sharrell. Just clipping the back of Abdul Wahab Ali. We're going to have 60 seconds added on. It is a free kick. He does catch him. Saeed Diha. Adil did ever so well to deny Tayyib a clear shot. Saeed Dahir, as Adil blocks it for a corner kick. Desperate moments for Malaysia. Saeed Dahir, edge of the box. Oh, what a strike! Abdullah Aman, the fullback in first half injury time, fires one top corner.
Bahrain stole the words out of my mouth. I was just about to say, no Sharrell and Amriya should even get down. It's only 1 minute left. A quick corner taken, a good setup. But what a finish from Abdullah Aman. Quality, top corner, no chance for Khairul Fahmi. Got everything right, got the curl he wanted, got the technique right. And everything changes as in they move into the first half for Malaysia.
Couldn't have placed it better. Abdullah Aman, a postage stamp, and it's the last kick of the first 45 minutes, and that is a kick to the groin for Malaysia.
That is a killer blow. It's always been said that you do not concede in the early hours of the game and the last minute of the first half, second half.
Half-time though, frustration for Khairul Fahmi. It's Malaysia 0, Bahrain 1, a cracker from Abdullah Aman. Serious work to be done by Rajakop. So Bahrain tails up. They say there's never a bad time to score a goal. Surely there's not many better times, Stanley Samuel.
Well, in a football match, you could listen to a million managers or coaches. They would tell you that is a killer blow. And the sad thing about Malaysia, it was against the run of play. In the last 15 minutes of the first half, they were doing absolutely everything right, except for that goal.
So Bahrain will get us underway. They made one first half substitution. I'll give you the lineups once we get underway. Egypt looking for the pacey and impressive Saeed Diha. Saeed fights back and wins a lovely tackle to dispossess Kunalam. K. Ruben clears. Abdul Wahab Malaysia. Malaysia's lineup. Karel Fahmy in goal. K. Ruben, Ridwan Taj, Adil Zafran, Nasruddin Putra are the back four. Holding midfielder K. Gurasamy with Shafiq Rahim alongside him in the middle. Kunal on left. Azmuddin Akko right with Amri Yahya and Noor Sharul Idlan Talaha, the two strikers. Wahab wins another headed clearance, and Saeed Ahmad to Waleed. They were very impressive for about 30 minutes were Bahrain. Kept possession really well. As Waleed finds his goalkeeper and captain Saeed Mohammed. Former Malaysia international, M-League and I-League professional Stanley Samuel is alongside him in the commentary box. I say former, hopefully still to be in the future. But what do Malaysia need to do, Stanley? We had an animated discussion at half-time. What's your final conclusion? That picks up the spare ball.
Well, as we said, what was the transition between the first 30 minutes of Bahrain controlling the game and the momentum shifted to Malaysia's side as soon as they pressed Bahrain high and provide options with their teammates. They did really well.
Kunala, Amri Yahya, produce a little bit of Amri magic on the edge of the box. Shafiq to Ruben, 3 in the penalty area. Here's Azmuddin Akil from Pahang. Ruben available. Shafiq under pressure.
And look at Bahrain's setup. 10 players, not even one striker is up there. They are pressing Malaysia every time Malaysia gets the ball.
And when they win the ball, it's the impressive Saeed Deha who can advance and play a poor pass. Amri, sliding tackle coming from the goal scorer, Abdullah Aman. What a strike. His first international goal. Amri Yahya to Ruben. He was caught a little bit after the ball had gone there. As for Bahrain, their lineup, Saeed Mohammed in goal, Abdullah Aman, Salah Abdul Hamid, Abdullah Al-Hazar and Walid Al-Hayem are the back four. The holding midfielders, Abdul Wahab Ali, with Saeed Ahmed, Salman Issa, Saeed Dia, Abdul Wahab Al-Maloub floating in front of him. Ali Tayeb has come on up front for Sami Al-Husseini. There was Al-Tayeb chasing. Ruben hooks it down the line. Again, the giant figure of Abdullah Al-Hazar with the header. And there's a physical difference between the teams as the teams came out for the Saeed Mohammed forced into a hurried clearance, pressing high. Saeed Dia, Saeed Ahmed, Salman.
Well, you could see what Malaysia's been trying to do in the first few minutes, putting pressure on every Bahrain player that they can. And that is why you saw the goalkeeper actually trying to clear the ball, because they were pressing them. And that is what is needed tonight if they want to get something out of this game.
Centre-back Saeed stretched to get that ball ahead of Noor Sharul. He's limping as Bahrain come forward through Saeed Dia. Here is Dia. Looks a very impressive find, Saeed Dia. 22 years of age. Saeed Ahmad. He's a modern coach, is Tony Hudson, one who encourages, lives on his toes. And as we see that shot go over, there's going to be some treatment for Salah Abdul Hamid. He picked up a knock in Malaysia's last attack, and it did look like he stretched a groin there.
There'll be a massive blow, as he's been solid as a rock in the heart of the centre-back. both the centre backs has, you can see contrasting difference between the height of Amri Raya, No Sharul compared to the two centre backs of Bahrain. And hopefully a shorter one comes on. But in terms of ability, Amri Raya and No Sharul, that makes up for the height. They have flair, they can take on players.
But they need to get the ball to their feet. And they need to get some support. They can't do it on their own.
And the biggest problem is Nuguru Sami and Shafiq has been too deep. They've been not too close to help Shafiq, sorry, to help Amri Raya or No Sharul. As you can see, every time Amri Raya comes down in that number 10 role, they actually find space.
Goalkeeper a little eye on the centre-back. There's nobody warming up to replace him just yet. So temporarily, Malaysia up against 10 men. Here's Amorim's Vantage. Guru. Abdul Wahab has slotted into centre-back and makes a strong challenge. Saeed, beaten by Gurusamy. Shafiq. Ruben. Guru scampers into the corner. Kept it in play, but forced off by Walid Al-Hayem. Pressing again, though, from Malaysia. 6 players in that shot.
But it's again, you can see, as soon as they get into a physical battle, Bahrain players do outmuscle them and retain position. And they got to avoid these physical battles.
No Sharul. Oh, No Sharul penalised. But that's what No Sharul Idlan Talahar does so well. Attacks the penalty area, attacks the byline.
Well, I think it's a soft call from the linesman. He goes past the player, he loses the ball, but he still goes for the ball, loses his footing, the centre-back. I would have given the benefit of doubt for No Sharul as an attacking player.
I'd expect nothing less. Malaysia 0, Bahrain 1. Ruben just leans into the back of Ali Tayeb. There's the goal scorer, Abdullah Aman. What a thrill. What a strike. Substitution looks like it's going to be made, and is it a like for like? The number 6 Dawood Saad is on. My understanding is he's a full-back. I've seen him play live, but I believe he plays right back. Just get confirmation of that substitute. But it is indeed Dawood who's in at right back. I think it's Saleh Abdul Hamid who's gone because his Dia getting to the byline. The Ultras doing their best as ever to give their support to the home team. Adil, closed down by Salman Issa. Wafts it in, looks for No Sharul, and that was awkward for the man who's been asked to now play at centre-back, Abdullah Aman, and it took a little bit of adjustment. Second corner for Malaysia. Adil attacks the 6-yard box. Abdul Wahab. He's lost the ball in a dangerous area. There's Amri Yahya, and there's red shirts piling forward in support of Abdul Wahab Al Maloub. Saeed Ahmed. Al-Malouk with time and space. And then Ruben hacks it clear. There was a suggestion of a hand against Ridwan Taj.
And as you can see, Saeed Ahmed had a lot of time and space. Did hit the ball of the hand, but the referee's argument will be a ball hand.
Abdul Wahab. Waleed's cross. Taj, powerful header, plenty of distance. Possession won back by Bahrain. Saeed here was the intended recipient. Kunalan. Some of the feistiness you were talking about, including clear.
It's been an argument for years in Malaysian football how vulnerable Asaruddin Putra would be if Kunalan doesn't track back. And he's been a sole reason. Defensively, he's done really well, Kunalan. Every time he goes forward, he's really quick to come back.
Dawood, first involvement, wins the header. Saeed Dia, sliding tackle from Ridwan. Sorry, from Azruddin. Salman Issa. Salman. There was venom in that shot from Salman Issa.
Gets the plot from the coach, and what a strike from Salman Issa. 138 caps, and that could have added to his 21 goals so far. Looked like Harold Fahmy did get it covered, but you can never know with the ball spinning. It's a stinging of a shot.
Shafiq tries to play in Azmuddin. Ruben gets the tackling. Shafiq this time. Azmuddin. He can run at Al-Hazar. Hazar though has a long leg and a big boot. Well done. Azmuddin, and then Waleed can clear. Adil will be forced to go back. And keeper Harold Fahmy launches forward. Gurusami dispossessed by Salman Issa, one of the survivors of the 4th place that Bahrain won in the 2004 Asian Cup in China. It was the first awakening of the golden generation of Bahrain. They made it to the playoffs of World Cup 2006 and 2010, cruelly denied on both occasions. New Zealand on one occasion, Trinidad and Jamaica having drawn away, they lost at home to Myanmar.
They were promised Bentleys if they did beat New Zealand by their Prime Minister, and he comes out after the game and says no more incentives like that because it's too much pressure for the players.
Noor Sharrell. Brilliant play from Noor Sharrell in Lantala. Noor Sharrell. Well, there's the magic you were talking about. And only denied at the very end by Abdullah Al-Hazar. Who's down on the floor is the big Bahrain defender. Referees stopped the game. But what a serve from Noor Sharrell Idlan Talaha.
And it looked a little bit like Maradona, turning like a little, he'll go past one, and he goes past with his pace, with his strength, goes past another player, but what an important tackle from Al-Hazar. And that tackle actually did save from Noor Sharrell having a shot at the goalkeeper. It would have been a 1-to-1 if that tackle has not come in. And you will need that miracle from him tonight.
Sometimes something like that can spark a team into believing that they can get something out of a game. At the moment, Malaysia trailing to that stunner of a goal. First half injury time from Abdullah Aman. Al-Hazar is just going to be given some treatment right underneath the ultras. I'm sure they'll sing something nice to him.
you want to be a team who's going to be qualifying for the Asia Cup. You want to look around in the pitch, in your teammates. You want to have that match winner. A player who can turn on, even when the team is not playing well, but he can turn on. The teammates can draw inspiration from him. And Noor Sharul certainly sits in that bracket in the Malaysian camp.
Shafiq. Osami gives away possession. Rajagopal demonstrates his anger, which is very rare for Rajagopal. Dia. Shafiq works hard to win it back. Here is Shafiq Rahim. And Saeed Dia wins it back off Shafiq. Said Ahmad. Possessional stats 50-50. The shots from Bahrain 7 to Malaysia's 3 of which have been on target. One, of course, means the K. Rajagopal's team trail by a goal to nil. A game they really can't afford to lose. Tayeb as well. Tayeb belted clear by Amaridwan, who's acquitted himself pretty well at centre-back. Amaridwan Taj. Walid comes forward. Saeed. Salman Issa. Oh, peach of a pass. Flags up for offside. But Salman Issa threading the eye of a needle to play in Walid Al Hayam.
It was a pitch of a pass. But the problem did start when Ruben stopped following the player and went back to his position. And Azamuddin Akil was already there, and it was a flat-footed defense, and that ball slipped through. The only luck was that he was offside.
Here's Adil. Goes down by Salman Issa. Ruben into Amri Yahya. Shafiq. Well, he didn't telegraph it. It was picked off well by Abdullah Al-Hazar. Azruddin. Pushed over by Saeed.
And again, Malaysia is lacking that spark in the middle of the field. There's no any sort of creativity so far. They need to build up play.
Alan can only pick out the one red shirt when there were 3 blue ones. Saeed. Foot was raised. Gurusami. Okay, we're looking at the substitutes. The likes of Fakhri's in there, the likes of Nizad. Would you see a change? Would you? If you would, what would you do?
Well, we are certainly missing major players. In one, Zach, especially in attacking, Fadli Shahs and Nick Sharul Azim in centre-back. But we've got to do what we have.
Salman Issa. Goes short to Saeed Dia. Salman. Saeed Ahmad slipped as he went for the ball. Not 1-0, all it needs is one moment of inspiration. Noor Sharul. Noor Sharul! He had Amri Yahya to his right. Was it the right option?
And another glimpse of what Noor Sharul can do against run of play. Goes for the spectacular, no harm in it. The ball was bouncing right in front of him.
Now they've got possession as Noor Sharul shows he just didn't quite catch it right. But the throw-in goes to Bahrain. 25 minutes to rescue something. They've still got to go to Myanmar. They've still got to entertain Qatar and go to whenever the Yemen match will be played. Adil's header. Saeed. Saeed Dia. Clever. This is Al Maloub. Salman Issa. It's the ball out from under his feet. Wahab Ali.
Looking back to your question earlier on the bench, not to the liking of many who've been listening to us today, I think we don't have depth in experience on the bench with so many players missing. But the most likely player that I would like to see on the pitch is Khairul Mohammed, who came on in the last match, in the last 10 minutes against Yemen, came on and put on a good performance, got that winning goal, and you will bank on someone who has that kind of experience in a match like this.
Shoulder-to-shoulder challenge there between number 18 Ali Tayeb and Adil. Amri's flick. Shafiq just couldn't get there. He's nipping ahead of him. Ali Tayeb. He's back from injury himself is Tayeb. Doesn't look quite up to the pace of the game. Adil guides it back to his goalkeeper. Drink to Abdullah Al-Hazar. Mo Sharrell. Shafiq. Condensing the play ever so well. It's groans from the crowd, but it's going to admire the defensive work of the Gulf State team. Mo Sharrell. Shafiq. Azmuddin, two in the penalty area. And I tell you what, that was a hair's breadth away from Amri Yahya. Bahrain put it out of play because Abdullah Al-Hazar is once again down, but good play.
Quality build-up for Malaysia. Shafiq Rahim picking out Azmuddin Akil, and that was a whisker away. Did try to pick out Amriya, who was at the near post, a driving cross, and any sort of touch, and that could have been at the back of the net. But again, it's that little spark from Noor Shalol, drifting past two players, shimming through another player, picking out Shafiq Rahim to Amriya, and
concerns defensively for Bahrain. Al-Hazar, this is the second time he's been stretched off in the last 10 minutes. Already without Hussein Baba, who was injured in the friendly match against Thailand. But Noor Sharrell, this is what he does so well. That's how the injury occurred. Not to Noor Sharrell, but to the defender who caught him. And the change is immediately made. Abdullah Al-Hazar's game is over. And another veteran, Mohamed Salmin, comes on. The veteran of 2004. A midfield player, so again there's going to be a lot more reorganization for Bahrain. You see there confusion as Noor Sharrell! What a strike for Noor Sharrell! Idlan Zalaha!
and as I was just saying, If there is a glimmer of hope in the Malaysian camp, a match winner in the Malaysian camp, it is Noor Sharul. A world-class finish from him. Picks his spot, onto his right, far post, boom, you get it. And no chance for the goalkeeper. And a brilliant, brilliant finish from Noor Sharul in Lantalaha. He's been absolute magnificent throughout the match, deserving that goal. Goalkeeper couldn't see it, saw it late, but even if he did see it early, there's no chance he would have got to that ball.
Well, you look at the look there from Subhan to his coach. He's saying, hey, we're still in here. You keep on fighting with us, son, because these boys are backing you.
Well, you just picked it out well about Bahrain's defense. The shifting was happening. And before the shifting could happen, number 10 comes in, midfielder, and they concede a goal. And right now, Malaysia can actually capitalize on that.
He's one of the substitute centre-backs. They've got a right-back and a central midfielder playing in the two centre-back positions. Abdul Wahab Ali as Noor Sharul. Couldn't pick out the pass for Kunalan.
This is game on for Malaysia and Bahrain. It's all for the taking. 20 minutes left with extra time.
I tell you what, we've seen two goals of real quality here.
And Noor Sharul there, trying to pick out the run of Amriaya on the far post.
Kunalan.
Sorry, it was Kunalan. Amriu gave the throw, quick throw. And if that could have found Kunalan, he was empty at the far post.
World-class strike from Noor Sharul Lantalaha. That'll banish those Kelantan Blues. Carol Farmi lets one out of the air. Noor Sharul under pressure from Abdullah Aman. Socks around the ankles now for several of the Bahrain players. The substitute Dawood. So it's a completely revamped back four. And who's come on though, Mohamed Salmi is a genuine midfielder with some class. Okay. Nazrin Nawi preparing to come on. By Kunalan. You're dead right, he works prodigiously hard at centre-back, defensively, Kunalan. Sharul takes a buffeting. Malaysia prepared to make the change. Azmuddin Akil to be replaced by Negri Sembalan's Nazrin.
Nazrin Nawi, who's had a terrific season. A sweet left foot, former teammate. And he's come up the ranks, a good young lad. It's a big stage for him tonight.
No pressure. Go and keep us in the Asia Cup, son. Don't worry about it. 3 crosses. That's all it needs. Nazrin will start on the left. Kunalan shifted to the right. Here is Kunalan. Shafiq! Brought that one ever so well. You know, they believe, this Malaysia team. They believe.
Positive thing about Raja Gopal's side is they have belief, determination, hard work, and that's what you get. And that could have gone in, and that's better from Shafiq from the first try. And Bahrain has actually taken a backseat the last 15 minutes or so.
Last time you said that, they scored.
Against the run of play.
Syed Mohammed launches it straight to his opposite number. There's there's a couple of injuries. We've got Abdullah Aman down at one end, and at the other end, Amar Ridwan Taj. The players taking the opportunity to grab as much liquid as they can. Here's the goal. Talk us through the technical.
Well, he takes the ball on his left, brings it to his right, knew exactly what he was going to do as soon as the ball was there. Sees a little bit of the goalkeeper being a bit much to his right. But even if he was on the right position, it is always going to be a tough asking for the goalkeeper to get any touch to that ball, and that's how good the strike of Noor Shahrul Ilan Talal was.
Adil. Shafiq. Zrudin. Shafiq. Run from Gurusami. Picked off by Abdullah. Dawood's header. Saeed Dia picks out Mohammed Salmin. Silky runner. Salmin into Tayeb. The problem with Mohammed Salmin is if the other players aren't on his wavelength, he can be a little bit, what's the word I'm after? Difficult to be on the same team as.
Must have been carrying a knock or a little injury to be starting on the bench.
Oh, closed down by Amri Yahya. Noor Shahrul. Oh, given away by Ruben. Abdul Wahab. Ali Tayeb. Saved by Khairul Fahmy. And Ruben's the most relieved man in Malaysia.
And you can see he gave the ball away, but you don't give Bahrain this kind of chances because they will take it, you will pay for it. It's a good save for Khairul Fahmy. He took one step to his left. They actually got that covered. That could have creeped in at the far post.
It's a third corner, though, to Bahrain. That means they've lost some of their physical presence. Mohammed Salmin's decent in the air. Ali Tayeb's a big, strong fella. Dawood's up there as well. It's gone beyond them all. Amar Ridwan lets it run out. 11.5 minutes. Malaysia trying to turn a one-goal half-time deficit into 3 points. Shafiq finds Amri Yahya. This is Nazrin. Kunalan. And there's another problem defensively for Bahrain. This time it's Abdullah Aman who's gone down. Is that cramp as Nazrin floats his first ball in?
An early cross, sees the run of Amri Yahya, try to pick him out. And disappointing from Kunalan. As soon as he went on his left, the weaker left you can say, was short of ideas, trying to find a teammate, but he should have tried take on. Try and take on, go to the byline, and do a cutback.
It's the only accusation you can throw at Kunalan, isn't it? The final ball, the final finish, the hard work, the effort, the involvement, the commitment to the cause, they're all absolutely top draw. Anthony Hudson is looking a little bit more worried than he was earlier on.
Well, he knows that the defensive changes that he has made has been causing trouble for his own team.
Just the one change so far from Raja Gopal. Mahali is warming up and he's running out of time. kick. Looking for Saeed. Sweeps up. Throw into Malaysia. Do need to take advantage in this next 9 minutes or so. Going to Manama, not an easy task. That's the next trip for them. A home match against Qatar, 15th and 19th of November, both live on Astro Arena in Malaysia. Yeah. Just easing into the back of Wahab Ali.
Bahrain have indeed struggled with the changes they have made so far. Not been the same team since that defensive injuries they've had to their centre-backs, and Malaysia should take that chance to capitalize on it.
Temporarily down to 10 men are the red shirts of Bahrain. Gulf States who've punched above their weight for a decade or so. Abdul Wahab Al-Maloud as well. Tayyab. Dawood makes a surging run. Blocked by Azruddin. He has his critics, but not too many people get past Azruddin. One of those critics is Dawood. Give and go. Azruddin does enough.
Was close to being a curse of the commentator. Oh, well done pass, Rudy Putra. Kunalan doubling up on the defense.
The dapper Tony Hudson. Touchline. Last time I saw him, he was a wet night at a Spitty Park in South Wales. It's North Sharrell. Hans Nasri. From Ruben. North Sharrell. Good work from Abdul Wahab Ali. Saidaya is strong enough to hold off Azruddin. Mohammed Salmin. Ooh. First one looked a little bit like well, the first one looked a foul. Wasn't. The second one was.
Well, there's no malice intention. Completely looking at the ball, trying to get it, but it was absolutely late from him.
Nazrin. Not a great ball in from Nazrin. Twists, strong tackle. Bahrain defending well as Fakhri prepares to come on for Malaysia. Not got long to influence things, just 5 minutes. North Sharrell, the outstanding player of the game, Gurasami. If he looks right, he'll see Kunalan. Kunalan's cross, done by Ali Wahab. Shafiq to Azruddin. Amri does well. Kunalan. This time to the byline. North Sharrell. Nazrin can't keep it in play. And that's going to be Kunalan's last contribution. He's going to be replaced by Fakhri Sarani.
Worked his socks off, done brilliantly down the left, then down the right. but a little bit lack of accuracy in that last cross. It could have got that onto the path of Amriaya. And I can see where Rajagopal is bringing Papi Sarani on. He's a hard-working horse, but he must have told him to go a bit more direct, try to go to the byline as you were saying earlier, and try and capitalize on that tired backline or the makeshift backline of Bahrain.
Ruben flies in as only K. Ruben does. Zamri comes into Abdul Wahab. Walid. Saeed Ahmad. Bahrain so impressive in possession in the first half. Found it a little bit more difficult this second half. They've got a free kick here for Abdul Wahab Al Maloub, just caught by Guru. Here's Dawood. Saeed Daya. It was late in the first half, Bahrain scored. Tayyib finds Dawood. Salmin. What a pass from Mohamed Salmin. Oh, Ruben clears for Mohamed Salmin to Dawood. Danger.
And that's why there's a bit of criticism on Asaruddin Putra. Again, being caught out. Goes out too close to his right midfielder. Opens that opening. He should be more inside to make sure that the ball goes ahead of him, not behind him.
Fourth corner to Bahrain. Salman Issa. Cleared by Adil at the near post off the top of his head. Kidsing, ouch. 2 minutes. Would a draw be a good result, Stanley Bernard?
Well, a win would be certainly a better result, but they've done well in the second half. Malaysia has been dominating in the second half. It'd be disappointing not to go with a win. Bahrain has left off the hook in the second half. They've not created many chances. Malaysia has been the better team, but there's still time remaining to go on and try to get at 3 points.
Howard. Flag stays down. Saeed Amaridwan. Fancies staying in this team for the return in Bahrain. Dawood. Saeed Daya. Now then, Noor Sharrell. He's got to run 80 yards. Wahab Ali tracked him every step of the way. Impressive from Wahab Ali. He's been on a yellow card since the second minute and has put a foot wrong since. Salmin. Saeed, what a tackle, Amaridwan. Throw in to Malaysia.
Quality tackle from Amaridwan has been solid today. A good shifting, good performance. Aidil and him has done pretty well tonight.
Malaysia 1, Bahrain 1. A cracker from Abdullah Aman in first half injury time, giving Bahrain the lead. Noor Sharrell Idlan Talaha with a goal every bit as good midway through the second half. Saeed Daya. 4 minutes to add on. Saeed Ahmad. We've got players forward. Tayyib. Well defended by Adil. Wanted the foul, doesn't get it. Adil looks for the 60-yard glory pass to Amri Yahya. Nearly comes off. Guru to Shafiq. Here we go, Noor Sharrell Idlan Talaha. Noor Sharrell! What a story that would have been. Fitri Omar's going to come on for the last few seconds.
There's a quality shot again from Noel Sharrell. This time to the right of the goalkeeper, changing his direction, put it low. And I thought that went in as soon as he let it off his foot. But you can see the urgency of the Malaysian players, knowing how important a win could be, and a draw could not be much of a help tonight.
Fakri the target. There is Fakri. Stronger than Salman Issa. Ruben. Fakri. Shafiq. For a storybook end on Malaysia. Guru. Shafiq. Noel Sharrell. Looks for Guru Sami. Howard belts it clear at the last second. Corner number 3 for Malaysia.
Excellent movement off the ball for Malaysian players. And that is what you get when you move off the ball well. A good build up like that, and that could have just been a play for Amri Yahya, only for the last touch of the Bahrain centre-back. But Malaysia's throwing everything they can.
Shafiq's corner. Near post. Mohamed Salmi. Be one heck of an introduction if Fitri Omar can do anything in the last 90 seconds. Nasruddin comes off. Two minutes. That's Nazrin. Noel Sharrell. Better performance from Noel Sharrell, Idlan Talaha. Shafiq. Gurusami. Blocked by Abdullah. Victory. It's not the best introduction to international football. Amri's flick. Salman Issa back to his goalkeeper. There's a lot of nerves out there, both teams. Salman Issa, he'll slow things down. Salmin. Abdul Wahab. Bahrain good enough to keep the ball. Dawood. Saeed dispossessed. Shafiq didn't have the pace. Nazrin, corner kick for Malaysia. Last chance. Shafiq will trot over. Nazrin, leave it, son. He's been waved away, and Ridwan told to stay back. They like the win, but they don't want to lose. Nazrin has got 5 in the box. And that is the final act of an absorbing AFC Asian Cup tie. It's finished, 1 apiece. Stanley Bernard, your thoughts?
Well, I've been really impressed with the Malaysia's performance in the second half. They've been absolutely brilliant. They worked really hard, their determination, they wanted the win. They put the urgency needed in a football match, the pace of the game, and the disappointing part is the result. They come away with a 1-1 draw, but you'll take it as long as they didn't lose. And Bahrain, after the defensive change in the second half, they were not the same team.
So Raja Gopal lives to fight another day. A goal for Noel